Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we're going to be painting, but not really.
Yeah, we're going to be finishing up the Skycoach by Wizkids. He's got just a little bit left to do. That's dry brushing the brass and maybe a little bit of the wood. And then I've got some the rope ties and fittings on the sails. And it's going to be a short video, but let's jump right into it. What are you going to start with?
No idea.
Okay. I'm going to break out some hemp rope from Army Painter and start working on these tie downs and things like that. And I may actually have to, there's a couple of places where, right here, where I didn't actually do the hemp rope, so it won't be dry brushing, it'll actually just be a base coat, and then later on I'll go over it with a wash if it dries tonight. Hopefully that'll be the case, and I can then hit it up with a wash, and then, off camera I can go ahead and dry brush it. It's really not a lot left to it. Hope you guys had a great weekend. Ours isn't over yet. We still have tomorrow off. And we went to the swap meet again, and I wanted to show you my lucky finds at the swap meet. I got some more vehicles for Gaslands, and I wanted to show these off because I know Armstrong's going to be watching. And the little guy says I cannot do anything with this one, and I kind of agree with him. To me, this is the epitome of the Rush song, Red Barchetta. If you could find a better example of it, I would be amazed. I think it is a two-seater, but that's the Red Barchetta. I'm sorry. If you guys can, like I said, come up with a better representation. But the rest of these cars are examples of the style of car I would most likely like to modify, especially this Phantom here. That's just it's just a perfect vehicle for me. This one's kind of a weird one, same as this one, but it's another tail dragger. And then this one I thought I could actually, mount some heavy missile rack back here or something like that. But Armstrong, when you see this is what personally I like.
This dry brush is too dark.
For the wood?
Yeah, because I wanted like a very light brown.
Okay, you could always mix a little white in it if you want.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find the white over here. That's gloss orange.
Maybe just fang bone. That's close enough.
Okay. Because I do have mummy robes.
That's better, actually.
It's closer to white. It's kind of to me, it almost looks like a pinkish white. I don't know. It's a weird color.
Remember that Crayola thing we found? It's that.
Okay.
Just don't say what it was.
Okay, I won't. I'll get these base coats done as fast as I can, and hopefully they'll dry real quick. The other part with this yeah, well, you gotta try
too
it.
much, actually.
Yeah, you just add a little at a time until you find what you like, and that way you don't make it too light and then have to add more brown. But like I was saying, I hope you guys all had a great weekend.
Okay, yep, there's definitely the color I need.
Okay.
Ooh, I might actually need a much thinner coat.
Yeah, well, you are dry brushing, so.
I mean, much thinner. I think even this is too thick.
It's going to dry and be a little paler. And if you don't like it, you could always throw on another wash off camera and, get it more to the color that you're hoping for.
Because it's not really that it's too bright, it's just that it's getting a bit too deep into the cracks.
Okay, then take more off the brush.
I kind of can't. I mean,
Maybe use a different brush.
I mean, no, that's the thing with I've tried all three. That's the thing with once you mix paints and then you try to dry brush with them, is it's very flat.
Let's take a look. Yeah, that's fine.
But this head,
We'll just add a little wash to it. It'll be fine. And we don't have to use the dark tone. We can always just use soft tone, and that'll just bring it out a little. And it'll get the soft tone into those cracks. I would say one of the good brushes
yeah.
for the brass.
Gold.
Yeah, sorry. When I said brass, that's what it was. Well, he's actually going to use a gold over the brass to do kind of like a cheapy version of edge highlighting, so that all the brass looks like it actually has sunlight reflecting off it, or that sort of kind of effect. I have to be careful. I'm having the same sort of issue where I'm getting a little the hemp rope onto the wood. And I'll just go back over with soft tone, maybe even dark tone, strong tone, just on the wood to make that go away. Oh, and I was going to say, another issue is with this model, I noticed that putting the wings, these side wings, and these other flaps, you need to do a little bit of work to make them fit. These little gaps and everything where everything connects onto the main vessel are not perfect. So you're gonna have to do a little either filing or sanding or maybe even trimming in between, like this gap here. And these balls, they don't want to fit into the holes that it goes on the side of the ship, and as opposed to grinding out the holes more, if I do that, there's a good chance that they'll fall out. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of sanding on the ball joints. Hopefully that'll work. And then if not, or if they're too loose, I should say, I could just throw in a little bit of paint on the ball joint to just give it some tension. Because most people would probably just pop these in at the beginning, and leave
Think I'm done?
with the whole thing.
Yep.
You're kidding me. Let's see if we can get this in the light. Did you dry brush here and here?
Yeah.
And all over here?
Mhm.
Really? What about here?
Yes.
Here?
That's where I started.
I'm not seeing it.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't you hit it again?
Because the way I saw it, I almost did too much.
Oh, really?
It almost looks more gold than brass now.
Let me see. With my glasses on. Okay, I'm seeing it now. I need glasses, folks.
And if you notice right here,
Uh-huh.
especially clear, it's especially clear on areas where I did too much wash, where the wash started to pull up.
That's looking pretty good. You know, we never talked about these things right here.
I just acted like they were lights that you hadn't actually done the light part to, so I added a bit more dry brush there.
Okay.
More gold.
Because technically, you know, most painters would go in there with probably something, you know, like silver or something to make it look like glass, or maybe even that metallic blue, light blue that we have.
Yeah, I thought they looked like lamps.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be.
Mm.
Okay, well, I'll tell you what then. We can share the palette of hemp rope, and you can hit up these areas.
Dry brushing?
Yeah, just let me
With
get
what
you.
though? Oh.
I brought a brush. That should do it.
Thank you.
And I put a little bit more hemp rope on the palette. And like I said, if you end up putting too much, you know, if it ends up being more like a base coat, you know, we can hit it back up with soft tone later.
Oh, it's very noticeable.
Yeah.
On a base coat, but
I was telling the little guy this month has just flown by. I know it's a couple of days shorter, but it really seems to have flown by. Thankfully, we have tomorrow off, so we can spend the day together getting some stuff done. Some of the crafts that we've done this month are not ready yet, so it'll be a good extra day to work on those. Get them ready for the Sunday show-off show. And have everything ready for you. We're actually doing a couple extra sort of projects off camera.
not all have to do with the channel, but
No, but you know,
some definitely do.
yeah, that one thing that I'm doing for George is
Yeah, but
yeah,
they're secret.
yeah, and then he's got a couple of things he's working on that
Will be revealed hopefully soon.
yeah.
I'd like to get them out as quickly as possible. I've already
I think
started.
you guys will get a kick out of that.
Hopefully. But I think I'm done with that.
All the rigging on the sides.
Oh, those as well?
Yeah.
Is that just a base coat or actual dry brush?
I'm just trying to dry brush it, but you know you're gonna get some on the wood, but I'll just hit that up and it'll disappear when I do the soft tone. Because they're completely unpainted, it'll absorb the soft tone. I mean the hemp rope, and then a little bit of wash will make it disappear because it's such a light color. And I don't know if you noticed, I did the little patches with desert yellow. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And then went over them with a strong tone. And it's not the bright, weird colors that I wanted to do, but they stand out so you can see them. They don't look like, the rest of the same material. I really wanted to do them like, to be honest, I wanted to do them like polka dots or something like that, like it was, made from some pirate's underwear or bed sheet or something like that, but I think that would have been just a little bit too corny.
A little bit?
Yeah, I know. Just something to really stand out, kind of like, I kept thinking about the old Games Workshop giant miniatures, how all their clothing was made out of multiple pieces of other people's clothing. You've never seen those, but some of the folks at home might know what I'm talking about. It was just they always had these really comical looking outfits on, even though they're big giant scary giants. I mean, that was a long time ago, but it was. Let's put a little bit more on the palette. So I've got one more sale to do after this one.
Oh.
Yeah, I noticed those cheap paintbrushes. The actual paint on the handles is coming off, and that's.
I mean, I guess.
I think it's from either the cleaning material or the fact that they're.
I mean, if
kind
it's
of
a paintbrush, you want to at least have good paint already on you, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, it's just kind of silly.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get cheap paintbrushes to work with, or maybe they're just really old. And I don't like throwing out paintbrushes no matter.
What's that?
I don't know. I really don't like throwing out paintbrushes no matter how bad they are. I can always use them as a dry brush, but sometimes you just gotta let go.
Yeah.
I've actually got like 5 or 6 packages of new paintbrushes that I stocked up at our local Hobby Lobby. They were on sale. And they're still sitting in the package. But, okay, sales are done. And we'll have those popped in brushes in the water.
You don't want these brushes to get damaged.
Yeah, don't put the Masterclass in the water. I'll take care of those separately with the Master's Touch or whatever that stuff is. Look at you! You got paint all over the place.
Yes.
Let's tidy up our area before we say goodnight. Take those down and clean those off. And what? Clean what?
It doesn't matter.
Palettes?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Anyways, I believe that is it for today's episode.
That's correct. Hope you guys enjoyed this little quick paint session. I'm going to come back up here in a few minutes and paint some more, but
Now what?
did you think it had paint on it?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I cleaned all those. So, hope you guys have a wonderful week, and we will see you Tuesday with a really cool game review. We had a lot of fun playing it, so much that we're going to play it again tomorrow right after breakfast and give you a nice review of that. Hope you guys will join us for that, and a bunch of the regular stuff before the end of the month for the Sunday show-off show. Wish us luck. We've got a lot of projects to finish up, Until then, have a great week. We love you guys, and
Good night. Also, before we leave, one question. What do Scientologists and Flat Earthers have in common? Bye.
good night, everybody.